Hello students, in the previous video we saw how to express rational numbers in decimal form. Now we will see how we can express decimal numbers in fraction form, that is how we can express them in the form p upon q. So let us see what is the question first. Express in the form p upon q where p and q are integers and q is not equal to 0. So we will be given a question which will be in decimal form and we need to express it in the form p upon q in the rational form where p and q are integers but q is not equal to 0. So q can be any integer but non zero integer. Let us take the first question. 0.6 bar. So there is a bar on 6 which means that the 6 is repeated. So that this means that it should be something like this with continuous. Okay. So we need to get it in this form, that is a fraction form, p upon q. So let us begin with an assumption that let x equal to 0.6 bar. That means x equal to 0.6666. Continue. We don't need to continue like this. You just need to write few of them over here. Now that we have assumed that x is equal to 0.6666, let us mark this as 1 and let us multiply this very equation with 10. Why do we need to multiply this with 10? See, whenever we have one decimal place, in this case how many digits are repeating? Just 1. So if it is repeating with just 1, we need to multiply it with just 10 or 10. Multiplying 1 by 10 on both sides. So we will get 10 into x equal to 10 into 0.6666. What do we get? We will get 10x equal to 10 multiplies with this and the decimal point will move forward one more place. And this will become 6.666 and we mark this as 2. Now we do subtraction, that is 2 minus 1. Subtract 1 from 2 and what do we get? So 10x minus x, so left hand side gets subtracted on the left hand side and right hand quantities get subtracted on the right hand side. So 10x is on the left hand side, x is on the left hand. So 10x minus x because it is 2 minus 1 and right hand side 6.666 minus 0.666 and 6 you can take. Okay, fine. There's no need to take, we'll take 3 digits because we have 3 digits after, so it doesn't matter. Even over here it continues. So we'll take only 3 digits after this decimal point so as to match it with this. Remember, this still has 6 beyond that. It is not 0, neither it is 0 over here, it is 6. But for simplicity sake, we just take it up to 3 digits. So subtraction operation will become easier. So let us subtract this thing. Let's do it over here. 6.666, 0.666 and subtract. 6 minus 6 0, 6 minus 6 0, 6 minus 6 0 and 6 minus 0 6. So we get over here 6 and 10 minus this is x, that means it is 1x. So 10x minus 1x will give us 9x. So we bring this 9 down and this becomes x equal to 6 upon 9, which we can cancel as 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9 and hence x is equal to 2 upon 3. And what is x? We had assumed x as 0.6 bar. We can write this as 0.6 bar equal to 2 upon 3 equal to P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0. Now, why did we multiply it with 10? Why not with another number? See, we wanted to move the decimal spaces. Okay, we multiplied by 2, 3, 4, 5. We will not be able to move the decimal. We'll get some value. But our objective is to move the decimal place so that we can subtract the new number that we get after multiplying 10 with this one. Okay, remember 0.666. So if we multiply it with 10, then we can move it one place forward. Now, why only 10? Why not 100? Why not 1000? We have 4 decimal point. Why not with 4 zeros? That means why not with 10,000? The reason for that is we need to see how many digits are repeating. Based on the number of digits that are repeating, we need to multiply it with that much, and we need to multiply it with 1 0, or 1 0 as in followed by a number. That is, if it was 0.6, now in this case it is 0.6. Now one digit is, so we multiplied with 10. If it was 0.66, that means 2 digits. Okay, for example, if it was, or for 0.66 will come maybe the same, 0.67 say. If it was this way, then we would have been multiplying it with 100. Or if it was like 0.675 whole thing, then we would have multiplied it with 1000. Okay, because we want the decimal place to move that much distance so that we get a whole number. Okay, we get a whole number out of it. So in this case we just had to move it one place, and that was from 0.6 to 6.6, which we got over here. And we got, see, our entire operation is to just to get it in fraction form, that is P upon Q, which we get over here when we bring the 9 down below 6. Okay, then this we have cancelled, and we have got further as, so the value we get of 0.6 bar equal to 2 upon 3. Got it? Let us take another question. Next question is 0.47 bar. See the bar, it is on 7, it is not on both of them, which means only 7 is repeating, which means it will be something like this: 0.4777, only one digit is repeating, but we have two places after the decimal point. So what do we do over here? Let us first begin with a assumption, that is, let 0.47 bar equal to x. Let 0.47 bar equal to x. So let us multiply. Now in this case we can, as I had mentioned in the previous problem, while I was explaining the previous problem, that if there are 2 digits you multiply it with 2 zeros, but in this case there is only one digit that is repeating, but we have 2 digits after 4. So what do we do? So first we will make sure we will get it in the previous form, wherein we just have to move one digit forward. That is, let us, so we multiply, and we will mark this as 1. We multiply 1 by 10 on both sides, and then we will get 10 into 0.4777. Sorry, yeah, I can do that. Okay, wait, I'll just change it into x because it's another x. So 10 into x equal to 10 into 0.4777. Okay, now multiply 10x, we will get 10 into this, that means it will move one spot further, so 4.777. We mark this as 2, but our rule says what? We need to take into account what is repeating, and what was repeating? 7. So far we have not got that. So what we do is multiply 2 by 10, just one spot more, because the number that is repeating is 7. So multiply by 2 by 10 on both sides. Then what do we get? 10 into 10x equal to 10 into 4.77. What do we get? 100x equal to, when 10 gets multiplied into 4.777, decimal point moves one place further, so it will become 47.77. Now what do we do in this case? We mark this as 3. We don't subtract 3 minus 1, we do 3 minus 2, because we are interested only in the repeating units being subtracted, not something that is not repeating. So that is why we don't do 3 minus 1, but we do 3 minus 2. So we do 3 minus 2. What do we get? In this case 100x, okay, minus 10x equal to 47.77 minus 4.77. I'll just take 2 digits because there are 2 digits over here. So what do we get? 100 minus 10 gives us what? 90x. And 47, we'll do this over here, 4.77 minus 7 minus 7 is 0, 7 minus 7 is 0, 7 minus 4 is 3, and 4 minus 0 is 4, so 43. 43, that means x is equal to 43 upon 90. Okay, x is equal to 43 upon 90. Now what is x assumed as? X is 0.47, so we can say therefore 0.4 bar 7 is equal to 43 upon 90, which is in the form P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0. Got it? Easy? Okay. See, don't get confused as to why we had to take this 2 step. Why not do it straight away? Okay. So why not multiply it directly over here? See, this is to show you that actually we don't multiply 10, we are not carrying out this particular procedure because of the number of digits that are there after the decimal point. We are carrying out this procedure of multiplying 10 on either side because of the digits that are repeating. We are interested in the digits that are repeating, not on the digits that are present after the decimal point. The only reason why we multiplied it with 10 over here, okay, is so that our starting point becomes the one where we start from the repeating unit, as in this case 4.777. Got it? And then this part was the same as the previous one where we started off from, and then we multiplied with 10 more so that we can subtract and get a form in this fashion. Let us solve another problem. Next problem is 0.001 bar. So now the bar is on all three, which means this will be equal to 0.001 0 0 1, and it continues further, right? 0 0 1. Okay, now let us begin with the assumption first. Let 0.001 bar equal to x. We'll mark this as 1. We multiply 10, we multiply 1, no, we will multiply 10 on both sides of 1, and we get 10 into x equal to 10 into, sorry, not 10, sorry, because it is 3 digits, my bad, it is 1000, not, yeah, so 1 2 3 over here, and this will be also 1000 over here, and here too. Okay, that will be 1 2 3 1 2 3 into 0.001 001 001. So 1000 into x gives us 1000 x, and over here, since there are 3 zeros, the decimal point will move 3 places, 1 2 3. So we get 1 point from here, 001 001. That's what we get. We mark this as 2, and we say 2 minus 1, and we will get, when we do that, 1000 x minus x equal to 1.001 001 minus, and we put 1 minus 001 minus 0.001. And so 1000 minus 1 gives us 999 x, of course, and 1.001 minus 0.001, let us see what it gives. 1 minus 1, 0 0 0 1, so this comes to 1. So x is equal to 1 upon 999. Okay, so therefore we can say that 0.001 bar is equal to 1 upon 999, which is equal to P upon Q, where Q is not equal to 0. In this case, we had to multiply it with 1000, 3 zeros, because the repeating units were 3 after the decimal points, 1 2 3. Okay, and unlike the previous problem, we didn't have a digit before the repeating units, or else we would have to go in for slight modification of in solving the problem. I hope you all have understood the problem. Thank you.